against this Japanese side because, like I said before, they play very, very compact and they attack in units and they defend in units. So it's very difficult to play against them. So, but let's hope that the Croatians will be able to break that defense and see if they can get a goal.
Okay, let's hope something else gives. What are you expecting, Inka?
Well, for me, the first half ended the way I expected it to be, and I talked about what I believe would happen. Croatia will have the ball, play the ball, romance and caress the ball. Japan would look for the break. They had a couple of breaks, and when they had their brief spell, they eventually turned it to something that matters. A goal scored towards the end of the first half, courtesy of 43rd minute goal by Daisy Maeda, the Celtic man, and the lead 1-0. So second half underway. Let's let you know. As soon as the second half whistle, of course, went there. A great striker from the Kamada, just to let you know what Japan wanted to do. They actually wanted to steal a second goal just a minute into the second half of this particular encounter. Kamada was there. Daichi Kamada near the edge of the box, had the goalkeeper scrambling but flew over the bar. The ball was off the field of play, and yes, Croatia earned a goal kick. At the 47-minute mark, even Perisic delivered a lovely cross into the penalty area. Nevertheless, yes, at that point from the left side of attack, an opposition defender was alert and averted the danger with a brilliant clearance. The referee and the linesman both signal a throw-in for Croatia at that point in time. Juranovic sent a ball into the penalty area from a throw-in as if it was a corner kick at that point in time. And on the 49th-minute mark, Kovacic was there, had a shot towards goal from the edge of the penalty box, but then he flew wide over the left post. The ball was off the pitch, and it was a goal kick for Japan, and presented Japan a chance for them once again to build from the rear. It is Japan 1, Croatia 0, right at Al Janoub Stadium in Awakra, Qatar.
Okay. All right, let's quickly go for another one. Let's get some reactions. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please, good evening.
Yeah, this is Olamilekan calling.
Olamilekan, welcome.
Yeah, Sinoma, hello.
Good evening, you're welcome.
Yes, I'm the boy with the Inca Sport.
I greet you.
I hear you, my brother. Well, I think this game, I think the Japanese might win this game. Because if you check the performance of the Croatians in this World Cup, they are not becoming, and this Japanese just defeated the Spanish and the German teams, and they have the confidence of going to this game, I believe. And another shocking that I'm expecting in the evening is South Korea to beat Brazil.
On the lines, hello.
You're no longer hearing me.
Yes, welcome to Sports Radio Brila FM. How are you?
Okay, you're no longer hearing me.
How do you mean? Why can't you hear me? But you're speaking to me now.
Our radio says we can't hear you. We can hear you, but we can't hear on our radio now.
It must be from your end. I mean, it must be from your end. It must be from your end. Anyway, we have an update, so let's get that from the game. Of course, we told you that Japan is leading, but of course, an update concerning something that just happened right there.
Okay, well, let's let you know that Bruno Petkovic went down under a challenge in the box. The referee immediately waved away the appeal from the players. They wanted a penalty at that point in time. Croatia actually wanted a penalty. One man was there, demonstrated, and felt that should have been a penalty awarded to them after Bruno Petkovic went down. But then the center referee was not going to fall for that, allowed play to go on, and waved that away, apparently to, the disdain of the man, Andre Kramaric, who felt they should have actually gotten themselves. Petkovic actually was disdained with that move or bad decision by the center referee, who felt should have been handed a penalty at that point in time. The referee looked away, waved play on, and the ball returned once again to play. So Petkovic's appeal for a penalty was overturned. The center referee was not having any of that. 53 minutes on the clock. Japan 1, Croatia 0.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Hello, welcome. All right, so let's ask the double doctor. This second half now, what are you expecting to change in the way Croatia are playing? They are the ones trailing Japan now.
Yes, when you are chasing the game, you've got to move forward. You've got to eye their 18-yard box, if you want to use the old language. But these Japanese are playing from a book, a strategy book, and that is why this is going to be very difficult for Croatia.
Okay, very difficult for Croatia. But of course, let's get some more reactions from you. We'll go to Facebook soon enough to attend to those who are watching us too. Hello?
Good afternoon. Once again,
Yes, please. Good
Good
evening.
afternoon.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Double doctor, good evening. Once
Good
again.
evening, sir.
Yeah, this demand that I call one step on the line once again. We don't see first half don't pass, and I can see some error on Croatia side. This Croatia front three, they are not delivering their cross on time, and they are not doing that. That is going to hurt them. When they have a that chance, you can deliver your pass immediately. Stop being greedy on that match. Although I'm not supporting you to win, I wanted Japan to win, but we must tell the truth. They are doing delivering. They want to castrate on that wing in order to operate from that wing in order to respond something for them. Another thing this Japanese needs to do is that to close down the Modric, not allow that Modric to deliver that last time he used to do. Because I don't see first last when play for first half or more. They're very dangerous. Use one player to man that guy down. Even though sacrifice one player, make the full Modric every year when they go. You're going to win this match. I must tell you. Because that guy is very dangerous. Although that he dropped back, he dropped a little bit back. When you keep that, if you deliver that last time, that person when deliver that last time, you start to use that ball too. You go use and do something better. So if that person knows how to do, the Japanese will take the ball from them. I love the way Japanese are playing. Massive defense and also massive attack. When they are going to attack, you see very dangerous on them. And when they are attacking you, you look very dangerous, I must tell you. I love the way they are playing. They should keep it on. Thank you.
All right, game on. Game on. Yes, Yinka.
Absolutely, yes, a lovely cross into the 18-yard box. Nice threaded pass. Before that, of course, as for the build-up, Ivan Perisic was there to connect, and he had the goalkeeper beaten. It was a cross into the 18-yard box. Perisic was there, was faster, and beat his marker to the ball with a lovely dinking header that beats the goalkeeper right to the far left corner of the goalkeeper. And yes, he had no answer to that at that point in time. What a goal. Well-worked ball by Croatia. Finally, pressure paying off. And yes, certainly, the coach, Zlatko Dalic, will be very happy and excited with this particular one. This lovely attack and attacking move made by Croatia. Taken, and it was there to head the ball home. The Tottenham Hotspur striker, Ivan Perisic, with a lovely ball into the goalkeeper's net. The goalkeeper saw it, but had no answer to it. 1-0, one of course cancelled. It's now 1 goal apiece. Honors even Stevens right there at the Aljanum Stadium. Croatia 1, Japan 1.
All right, Double Doctor, now that it is 1-1, will the pressure be more on Japan or on Croatia?
Well, the game will be very open now, but let's give it to Ivan Perisic. That was from experience. You don't just get that from simple coaching. He took his time. He knew when to delay by just 1 second. And that was how the defender on him did not know what to do. So there was that thought in ensuring that he delayed 1 second. The man took his own 1 second and was thinking the ball will be going to Perisic, perhaps nearer the goal. But the man was just able to also know where to nod to, which is another super tick.
All right, wonderful. All right, so Julius, 1-1 it is now. I mean, is game on? Is the pressure evenly shared for both teams?
Well, right now, what that goal has brought is for Japan to come out and play. They want to bring the pressure back to the Croatia. And, in the first half, they were finding it difficult to string passes together. I mean, the Japanese team, they were finding it difficult to string passes together in the first half. But if they're able to do that in the second half, I think they are going to score another goal, because that have been a major problem in the first half. So now they seem to be getting that correctly, giving passes and then coming out of their defense to join the attack. And that will enable them to have that confidence to score goals.
Okay, all right, guys. Just tuning in, just to let you know, it is 1-1 at the moment. Let's get to hear from you also as you call us up. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes, please. Good evening.
How are you doing today?
Fine. Doing very well.
And you can greet you.
I greet you too. Good evening.
And my brother, they greet you if I don't to you.
Yes, so Kokobioko, good evening.
Yes, you, my brother. Heartbeat of the nation. Yes, you. My name is Odi Efosa. Also known as Basona First of Kokobioko. Call me AKA Edo Brila FM. No, they carry last. That's what it is.
Welcome.
You see this match. I give it to Japan. Forget that people you go see say that they look like say they know the see road or that they see go. Because see go, I give it to them. Forget that you see they say they watch Germany, instead they use the brake control photo where you go see. You go still do vehicle. So that are where they say they do all those construction. I see that they will see construction not go against Croatia. So I give it to Japan all the way. Double doctor.
Yes.
You know, my brother, I get the time when I call him or one of my brother, they share something. Now they call him Ruba. I don't wait my turn. When he reach my turn, I speak my language, tell me to take seat. All that they give the lot of their go. After the seat, they give me envelope. So the day when we go see, I go speak my language to you. Thank you very much, Double Doctor and Julius Agawa.
Thank you.
To you
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I can reach Dalic, coach of Croatia, I will advise that Modric should now play ahead of Kovacic.
Why is that?
He's playing too deep.
Okay. Okay. And they could pay for it.
Yeah, you need the man who makes play for you to now play in an advanced role. The central midfielders are playing too deep.
Okay. All right, just to let you guys know, of course, in case you missed it, it was Ivan Perisic who scored for Croatia, 56th minute it was. But before that goal actually came in, no player had ever actually scored more goals for Croatia at major tournaments than Ivan Perisic, who's actually been level with Davos Soccer. But right now, with this goal that he has just scored, he is the one with the most goals for Croatia at major tournaments. I'm talking World Cup and the Euros. So yes, he's got more goals than any other player right there in Croatia.
And then they should start
country.
using physical attributes. You find that the attackers of Croatia are taller than the Japanese defenders. Physical attributes.
All right, and that's, I mean, how well in your time, I don't know how your height was compared to the rest of the players. I mean, I know we had towering players back in the day, you know.
One thing I know he has is aggressivity.
Yes, oh yes.
So if you're looking at the box size,
Yes.
you go maneuver away.
Yes, he was rugged.
He's rugged,
He was rugged. So physical attribute, how does that help the game?
Well, you know, in the game of football, you always play to your strength. If you have speed, you use it. You don't need to go and contest with a Goliath in a defense, and because you want to contest the ball and win it, you're never going to win it. What you can do is to jump with him, use your body, push him out of the way. He loses balance, the ball drops behind you. Use your speed to get the ball behind him. So that's the experience. And so, if you're not that tall, you need to know what your strength is, so that you can use it against your opponent. I think that's the best way for me to put it.
Okay. All right, hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello, welcome.
Good evening, okay.
Yes, good evening to you.
It's me, Charles, calling.
All right, Mr. Charles, welcome.
Yeah. Double Doctor.
Yes, good afternoon.
What a pleasure speaking to you.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Gawa.
Yes, good afternoon.
Very long time. I remember you doing your somersault. I think it's quite a great goal, somersault. Double Doctor.
Yes.
I want to ask a question. Sorry if I want to take you a little bit, but still in World Cup. But I want to talk about African players. My concern is, why is it that when it comes to World Cup, we have African players playing in Europe, using their facilities to train. Everything about them is what they use to train. But when it comes to World Cup, our African players don't do well. What is the problem? We have African players all over Europe. When it comes to World Cup, you look at how the Europe play us as if we are still lag behind. Why is it like that, Double Doctor?
Well, first,
I've been trying to
the teams playing now and the African teams, players put together, you find that a lot of the African players do not do business in the very big clubs. So of 26, you find about 6 or 7 from the top clubs. Others are from middle-level clubs. So that is what you find concerning the African selection. Look at the Senegalese team. Mendy, Koulibaly, Mane, who got injured before the World Cup. Maybe one or two, Idrissa Gueye, Everton. But after that, who else was there for Senegal? Same thing for Ghana. Mohamed Kudus or Kudus, whichever way you want to pronounce. You take him, take one or two others. Who else? So even the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Napoli. There was a time we had players from Monaco, from Borussia Dortmund, name them, Ajax and others. But these days, you look at the Super Eagles on parade, name one or two, three big clubs, and that is it. So when you go into a tournament, you go in because it's a tournament. It's not. It's a marathon. It's not 100 meters dash. So when anything happens to one, you have to replace with somebody equally as good. So that is what France enjoys. That is what England will talk about. They will tell you, yes, look at our bench, very rich. Not so with the African countries. So that is where the thing is coming from. Maybe the kind of time our boys get matured, maybe the way they tell people about their age, you can't tell. So many things. And again, management when they get there. How many other countries did you hear had the kind of shouting matches we had concerning some African teams? So it's a long story. It's a very long story.
Thank you, Dr. Larry. Let's get some updates, guys.
All right, well, let's backtrack actually once again. We had a couple of attempts on target and off target. Look at Modric had one on the 63rd minute mark. Was a strike from outside the 18-yard box towards the top left corner of the goal and raised his hands to celebrate. He thought that was going in for a moment, but the goalkeeper was somehow was fast enough, read it so well and attempted and denied. Look at Modric, what would have been apparently one of the goals of the World Cup. A corner kick ensued after that. It was indeed a shortcut to look at Modric himself after Yoshida Gonda, the goalkeeper of Japan, saved so well. On the 64th minute mark, 63rd still, a hold of players waited inside the penalty area for a cross from the corner, but then Kovacic a shot well dealt with. On the 64th minute mark, Morita, of course, decided to make a substitution. Nagatomo was withdrawn and replaced by Kaoru Mitoma at that point in time. Twin sub was actually made then. The referee allowed time for substitutions as Maeda of Celtic Japan was also replaced by Takumo Asano in this particular one. So twin sub made by the Japanese coach at this point in time, withdrawing Maeda, the goal scorer, as well as Yuto Nagatomo, who has equally been largely impressive, operating from the right side of midfield in this particular encounter for the Japanese today. That is the updates there. It is Japan 1, Croatia 1, 67 minutes on the clock, right there at the Argenum Stadium.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's go for this call. Joseph Garrity with the stats. Hello? Hello? Welcome. Hello? All right, call us back, please. Let's go for the stats, Joseph.
Yes, talking about the stats in this second half so far, 41% of the ball possession has gone the way of the Japanese Samurais and 59% of the ball possession. Yes, the tide is in the favor of the Croatians. 8 goal attempts for the Japanese in this encounter so far and 9 going to the Croatians. What about the number of shots on goal? 6 in total, and each side sharing 3. And of course, the number of shots off goals as well, 3 to both sides, making up a number of 6. Block shots in this match, a total of 5. 3 going to the Croatians and 2 going to the Japanese. What about the number of free kicks in this encounter? 11 in total and 5 going to the Japanese, 6 going to the way of the Croatians. The number of corner kicks, yes, 7 in total, 5 to the Japanese and 2 to the Croatians. 1 offside call still, which happened in the first half. It means in the second half, no offside call has been made. A number of times the goalkeepers have had to make saves to make sure their teams are in contention. 2 each for both goalkeepers, and the number of passes made between the players of the Japanese national team, 315, and a total of 216 has been completed of the 315 total passes. What about the number of passes attempted by the Croatians? 433 total number of passes attempted, and 384 has been completed by the team members. 60 attacks in total for the Japanese, and 31 times they've come close to scoring, and 105, the number going above 400. 105 exactly is the number of attacks the Croatians have carried out in the opposing side belonging to the Japanese, and 38 times they've come close to scoring.
Okay, thank you, Joseph. We're nearing the 70th minute. It's 68 minutes, going to 69 in a bit. And changes from both sides, from Japan, few substitutions, and also from Croatia. Does it mean that there are a few tweaks in tactics, as they're nearing the end of this game? Double Doctor.
Well, I think what we've seen is like-for-like substitutions so far, because, again, the Dalic team, Croatia, is beginning to believe that they can run at these guys. Maybe that was their own strategy too. Okay. And once you equalize, you get that feeling to want to do more than you were doing. So belief has come back, but let's just see how this goes.
Okay. How do you think these substitutions will change the game for Japan and Croatia?
Sometimes the changes can affect your team, or it can help your team. If you make changes, the players are supposed to come in and add value, to your team. But sometimes when a new player comes in, if they don't get their rhythm, it might affect your team because they might not find their footing immediately, and then your opponent can capitalize on it. Let's just hope that the changes will come in and make positive contribution to the side.
All right, thank you very much. And of course, let's get...
Okay, it's a very difficult game for Japan because if you look at the middle of the park for Croatia, where everything is happening for them, you find that Kovacic, Brozovic, and Modric are three guys who have between them 300 caps. So that is what Japan is dealing with in this game.
Experience. Okay, let's get some updates, Yinka.
All right, let's quickly let you know it is 71 minutes on the clock. Japan won, Croatia won. Talked about subs made earlier on by the Japanese national team. I can also inform you that Croatia have also decided to use the sub bench as well. That was done on the 68th-minute mark when Kramaric walked off the pitch, and Mario Pasalic came on as a sub for him on the 68th-minute mark. Yes, at that point in time, before that incident, Juranovic had the ability to send the ball deep into the penalty area from a throw-in, and he led to a very promising situation for his team, but then nothing came out of it at that point in time. And on the 67-minute mark, Ante Budimir of Croatia jumped the IS to meet an accurate cross and headed the ball towards the net. His fine header whistled just inches off the right post. The ball went out of play, and Japan had a goal kick at that point in time. On the 69th-minute mark, the Takuma Asano was flagged for offside. Attacking move by Japan there was offside. Trap was set, and yes, indeed, eventually Asano fell for it. The center referee and the flag linesman agreed, and it was ruled for offside at that point in time. On the 70th-minute mark, Kaoru Matsumitoma, one of the sub that also made an entry in this game, skipped past his man, but then couldn't get the ball in play at that point in time. Japan won the ball back and had a chance to beat once again from the rear. Japan with the ball. Croatia certainly, of course, looking to win the ball back. Japan won. Croatia won. 72 minutes on the clock right there at the Ajadam Stadium.
Thank you, Yinka. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Welcome to Sports Radio. This is the World Cup coverage. Yes, welcome. All right. Good evening, Abdul.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Very well.
Yeah, what of Agawa?
Good evening.
Hello, Agawa. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir.
You're welcome.
Hello, Agawa. Sorry, I wanted to ask you a question. I want to ask you something.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Please, wait. Sorry, were you playing in Jos those days?
In Jos?
Pastor Young Stars.
In Jos?
Hello?
Your question is asking if you ever played in Basayon Stars in Jos.
No.
Those days in 90-something.
No.
Were you?
No.
Okay,
never played in Jos.
Okay. Okay, never played in Jos.
No.
Okay. I was surprised because I was on a Julius Agawa when we were still playing football those days in Basayon Stars and
oh, okay.
so I thought maybe you were the one. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, it is 1-1. Let's find out your views. We're still concentrating on the game. And, of course, we want to hear your views. If you're calling from out of Nigeria, remember to add +2. Oh, sorry, but we have to move to the next call since you're taking us away from the game. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Antioge.
Yes, Uncle.
This part of Nigeria I'm calling. I bless you. This is a voice of Ole Ndiegwe.
All right.
Yeah. This game, I will give it to the Japanese. And no matter what happens today, I think their coach is the best coach in this particular tournament. For a coach to mark out a strategy to how to the way they defeated the German and the Spanish team. Not be a fluke. So I will give.
Sorry, we lost your call. I was going to say in the past 3 to 4 minutes, it's been looking almost evenly balanced from both sides.
Yes.
I mean, maybe those substitutions are, have freshened up both sides. Anyway, but let's get more reactions from you. Please remember, if you're calling us, it's very important that you try to turn down your audio of your, medium. If it's app, if it's you're watching us online or you're using the radio, please make sure to turn it down so that we can hear each other clearly. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Good evening. How far?
Good evening, my sister. How are you doing?
I did fine. How are you doing?
I agree to Sagara.
Good evening.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. And you?
Oh, you are glorious to us. And I pray your children will be glorious in that.
Amen.
Please help me, okay, and my people, Nigeria. I have an information to pass to.
Is it about this game?
Yes, it's about my life. I was involved in an accident. I want to pass through operation in Marina Hospital, and they gave me Thursday, and the doctor said the deadline, the late is dangerous. I'm in trouble. I just want to go and pick my wife back to Lagos because she's a teacher.
Let me just.
3 days later, I open my eyes in hospital. They go to the hospital. As I hear my leg, they say they are going to. I'm not really inside. Go to the dangerous. You can see. Please, it's me. Marina, I want to do it. It's obvious, please. Let me give my number. Anybody can help me in Nigeria. My name is Andrew Makoya. Anybody can help me. I beg.
Okay, this is what I'm going to tell you to do. Tell your loved ones, right, to try to get on our Facebook fan page. Maybe that is the best medium for you, because right now, we can authenticate what you are telling us. You are only just telling us this.
Know,
so can you tell? I'm telling. No, please don't do that. Tell your loved ones, all right? Be it someone that is, your family member. Let them do that on social media, all right? We can authenticate what you're saying. All right, but we understand
this
that...
This one is an advice that we won't do you well, generally, so that you can take snapshot. People can, now do a general GoFundMe, whichever way to raise fund for you. Do you understand? Generally, even which is beyond just here now, using the social media platform, taking pictures to truly show all of these things.
It will help. It will help. So please, just use that medium, all right? Because once anybody can come on, radio, and I mean, you can't authenticate anything anyone is verbally saying. But if you do that on social media, it will help your cause, all right? Thank you, though. Thank you. Anyway, let's get back in the game. Don't forget to drop your comments. We have updates. Yinka, let's get something from what's going on.
Okay, well, it is 77 minutes on the clock already. Japan won, Croatia won, and game temporarily stopped. We'll, of course, let you know what that is all about. But then before that, we, of course, backtrack action to the 73rd minute mark when Modric rolled a ball shot to a teammate from the corner kick. Instead of sending a cross into the box, they attempted to actually do a nice exchange of passes rather than go for the direct long corner. And thereafter, it came to naught. On the 75th minute mark, was a substitution made. Hiroki Sakai of Japan was brought on as a sub for Daichi Kamada. Daichi Kamada has also been replaced by the coach, Hajime Tomiyasu, on the 77-minute mark. Even Perisic unleashed a decent effort from just outside the box, which went narrowly wide off the left post. Luka Modric was involved in play once again after the ball rolled out. It took the corner kick, and yes, eventually it was taken and was sent into the 18-yard box. There was collision inside the 18-yard box, an appeal by some for a penalty, but then it was overlooked by the center referee, and the center referee allowed play to go on at that point in time. So it is 78 minutes. You can make it 79 minutes on the clock. Japan 1, Croatia 1.
All right. Okay, thank you very much for that. Let's get some more calls from you. And please try to keep it on this game, Japan, Croatia. And it is still 1-1. So let's find out from you how you feel this will wrap up. We're nearing full time, but it's a tough game for both sides, I must really say. Is this kind of, I know that, Agawa, you've been in really tough games. When you are in a game that... It's just so hard to break through. I mean, where do you get the help from? Is it more from the bench, or do you guys talk to each other?
Most of the times, I think the changes you make the difference. Sometimes it's the players on the pitch who will step up their game, or sometimes it's just the mistake from your opponent that will deliver that good for you. You know, the less mistake you make, the better for you. If you want to win games, sometimes you just have to pressurize your opponent to make mistakes. But in this game, these two sides, they are evenly balanced out. I feel the game, if it continues this way, they are going to go into extra time the way it's going, because they are evenly balanced out, and it needs a miracle for maybe someone on the bench to come in and change the pace of the game so that they can get a victory. But as it is balanced.
Dr. Larry Zamuk, let's come to you. So it's looking evenly balanced, like I said so far. Maybe those substitutions have really helped both sides, and it's a tough one from here on out. How can any of these sides get the better of the other?
Well, it's about game management now, and about the bench. Those who are also doing video analytics. This is the time for them to also read the matches, read the match, know who is getting tired, players getting tired, and know which angle to now pound.
All right. I don't know how well we use all this technological advancement to our advantage, you know, when we play too, but it's all right.
Somebody on that pitch, on the bench of one of the teams,
job,
is watching, knowing the player who is getting tired, knowing the player who is fluffing his line, knowing the one who indeed can put the ball behind defenders. So you play behind, you drop the ball behind, and so there is space. So that is what this comes down to now.
All right. Game management. Let's go for the next call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome. Good evening.
Good evening to Mr. Dr. Larry.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good evening, sir.
It seems I'm with you in that studio.
Yes, you are here.
With us. You are here speaking with us now, so it's all
This
good.
is the best moment of my life. Thank you, Dr. Larry.
Well done, sir.
See, okay, to Kabogo. The day you read yourself as my sister, I was on the high.
I didn't hear that.
See, I am Mr. Ogowande.
Okay, Mr. Ogowande, welcome.
Let's see. Dr. Larry.
Yes, sir.
All my questions goes to you. All this analysis you are giving here.
Yes.
My dear brother. Are you in touch with our Nigerian FA?
So that they will do what?
For them to, all the mistakes they are making in life, have you contacted them one day? Tell them what to do and what they don't to do. You tell me, have you seen that they are playing what we are saying here now, my brother? You see, our football supposed to be in the highest height in the world, because I didn't see a team that can beat Nigeria in every tournament.
Doesn't me?
Yeah.
So what do you want him to do? You want him to go and meet NFF and we have a coach now. I don't understand this question, Sif.
No,
Good.
that if they can listen to his advice.
Good or advisor?
We have technical
See,
advisor.
I don't make it my word short, my dear brother.
It's
For instance,
painful, we know.
when you help someone, brother, Dr. Rari,
Yes.
call him to order. Give him necessary advices. A man can give to anybody. Let him manage our football properly so that we can enjoy ourselves properly. Honestly. I don't know what I will tell you now because
Hello?
it will be a problem. Just calm down. My sister will be too.
No, the network was going up and up. So I was asking hello, are you there?
I'm with you. I'm hearing you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing you. See,
Okay.
Our FA are not doing what it's supposed to.
Hello? Okay. All right. Thank you, though. I know a lot of people have pain in their hearts, but I mean, what do you want everybody to do? I mean, the same way you are seeing it, I think everybody too can see it. And Dr. Larry Zamuji has been analyzing the same thing. So let's just hope that things get better. But I'm not sure. The same way that someone called, I was asking, why don't you people go there and be telling them? There's a person whose job it is to be the coach. There's someone who is there as technical advisor. Okay, so I mean boundaries. You understand? Okay, so no problem. Let's get back in the game. Let's get update. I understand he's speaking from a place of pain.
Yeah.
So let's hear you, Yinka.
85 minutes on the clock. We're gradually getting to the terminus of this game, but then let's let you know it is still 1 goal apiece. Backtracking to the 88th minute mark when Tomiyasu actually beat his marker. A well-threaded ball was sent to him inside the 18-yard box. He beat his marker. Could have gone for goal himself. Decided to slid the ball through, yes, to a teammate. But then the Lovren read it so well, blocked that at that point in time, and that attacking move came to naught. On the 82nd minute mark, Ismail Elfat, the center referee, ignored a rough tackle by couldn't ignore the rough tackle by Wataru Endo. A place whistle for a foul at that point in time. On the 82nd minute mark, still, Takuma Asano was caught offside, and on the 84th minute mark, a Croatia player displayed brilliant short passes and great ball movement. They had a chance just to wait for the opposition's defense and eat them swiftly on the break. Yes, it was 2-0 at that point in time. On the 85th minute mark, a header, a wasted chance it was, an inch perfect cross into the penalty box, found Mario Pasalic of Croatia, who sent his header well wide off the right post at that point in time. So 86 minutes on the clock. It is Japan 1, Croatia 1, and I can indeed inform you that they have decided to use a sub bench once again. And of course, this time around, Takumi Minamino of Japan came on in place of Richard Doan. So the man who played at some point for Liverpool and moved to the French Ligue 1 has now been introduced. Takumi Minamino would, of course, try to add some creativity and bite into the Japanese attack line in this game against the Croatians. 87 minutes on the clock. It is Japan 1, Croatia 1 at the Al Janam Stadium in Awakra.
87 minutes gone, and I guess this is a very interesting phase and a very pressure-filled moments because any mistake now, your opponent is bound to take that as an advantage. And and of course, who knows, we may see extra time, but I know that both teams are trying their very best to see if they can get a late goal in this encounter. So anyway, do reach us. Make sure you keep your questions to the game. I beg. Those distractions, it's almost full time. Let us face this game. It's a very interesting game. You understand? These two sides now, nobody won't grieve for each other. So let's face this game. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello. Welcome to Sports Radio. What's your name, please?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes. Good evening.
I'm Clement calling from Ogwashi.
Okay, Mr. Clements, welcome.
Good evening, every other member of the team.
Good evening.
So I'm not watching, but I'm listening to your analysis. You see, I am picking Japan to win the game, but what I'm suspecting is this game will enter the
extra time.
Yes.
But Japan football, we know Japan to be playing a very fast game. So this time around, I don't know what is happening. They see that the Croatians are using experience to draw them back. Because if you allow them to play that fast game on you, they will beat you next to them. So they are using experience because the Croatian players are experienced players. So that's what they are using to weaken the Japanese
Yeah,
players.
it's a classic example of youth versus experience here.
Yeah. Because they know how to go for massive defense and then massive attack. And once you are attacking your opponent, give the problem at the 18-yard box, they are bound to make mistakes. They either cross penalty or you score, or they score its own goal. So they should use that. But this time around, they are not doing it. So I'm surprised. Is this Japan that we know before, or it's a new crop of Japan players? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, let's get some updates, Yinka.
Okay, 89 minutes on the clock. We're approaching the dying embers of this game at this point in time. That would, of course, let you know. But then let's let you know that after Takumi Minamino was introduced, a couple of action happened. Japan had an attacking move that was truncated, won by Croatia, and yes, resulted into a corner kick that was taken. And thereafter, something happened. Yes, it was well defended by the Croatian defense at that point, the Japanese defense at that point in time. And the breakthrough was stopped when Mateo Kovacic of Croatia got awarded a yellow card for breaking the rules of the game. It was a very bad and a no-cost challenge towards the Japanese player. And the yellow card was indeed brandished to the Croatian midfielder at that point in time. So it is 90 minutes on the clock. Interestingly, 4 minutes at a time in this game. 3 minutes in the first half, 4 minutes in the second half. There's not been plenty of stoppages. Everything has been swift. You want to say in terms of time added on, this game has been so low compared to other games of the World Cup. But then it is 90 minutes more than that point in time. But then 4 minutes at a time, 90 minutes on the clock. It is Japan 1, Croatia 1.
All right, that's the situation. And of course, 91 minutes, like Yinka said, 1 goal apiece. The first goal of the game was scored in the 44th minute by Maeda. And of course, the 56th minute was when the second goal of the game, but the first for Croatia, was actually scored by, of course, Wesley Sneijder. Both of them did it in South Africa in 2010. Okay, so we'll check out our Facebook fan page very soon because I'm guessing all of you who are watching us are also participating in the banter. So we'll just get to read from you soon enough. I think Joseph can check that out. Let's get some fresh comments from our Facebook.
All right, talking about the fresh comments in the Facebook live feed, we've got Victor Ifeanyi, who said Japan really gave a fight, but I know Croatia will win. Medzinwa Dlamini saying Japan to score on added minutes. Meanwhile, Starboy Olowoyo is saying the match will go to extra time. Omolope Ahmed is saying, bro, Sagawa, well done as you represent the street. And Starboy Olowoyo is saying he literally... He said he literally played a straight draw, so it's about coming in for you. Chuku Diamechi saying this match is going to end in a draw. And of course, Omolokpe Ahmed is saying, I greet everyone in the studio on our full ground. Arsenal Mary is saying Japan is going to win this round. And of course, a greeting to Double Doctor himself. He's saying, sir, I wish for you a space in the NFF soon. So, there you have it.
I don't know if to say amen to that, but of course, let's go for the next call. Let me not go and say the one that they will point at me. Nigerians will just come for my head. Hello? Hello, welcome.
Yeah, good evening to you. Okay,
yes, welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening to you. Dr. Larry is in the house.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Samara.
Good evening.
I hail you so much. You know, suppose I hail you as well.
We hail you as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Seriki Diolo, only Chelsea. That's why I say no Chelsea, no football.
Okay.
Now so it be. I beg, you see this game going on now. I know say Japan don't try. They don't try. But I believe the Croatians know how to manage games. When you talk about game management, I know the Croatians know how better to manage games. And then they can go extra mile. I remember at the last, is it the last Euros or the last World Cup? There were 12 of them.
That was the World
Cup. So, I think if they can sustain that momentum in this particular World Cup, they can go extra and possibly get to the semi-final or even the final. The team is right enough. They have experienced players. Unlike the Belgians, they say their players too old when they should be playing with experience. That's my take. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Ian.
It will be played. Japan won. Croatia at this point be thinking of how to break down the tactical and shrewd, stubborn Japanese side in this particular encounter.
All right, let's find out from the double doctor and Julius. Let's start with the double doctor. Extra time it is, and are we in for another tough one in the next 30 minutes?
It will be tough for Croatia if they don't do what I'm about to suggest, given what I've seen. All 90 minutes, Modric crossed the center line only a few times. And if he's your playmaker, you don't add him to the final line of defense. We've seen him join the three-man defense many times. Modric defending. It shouldn't be so. So I think the coach should be daring, play Brozovic behind Modric, play Kovacic behind Modric, and let Modric face the final defense line of Japan. That will throw panic into their team, and who knows what will happen from there.
Wow.
But Modric has to start crossing the center circle.
Wow.
Whenever they are with the ball.
That would be a bold move.
Very bold move, but when it gets to this stage, that's what you need to do. You don't put Modric behind. He's playing too deep, so there's a problem.
Okay, how about you, Julius? The next 30 minutes.
It's going to be tough. Even the first 15 minutes of the extra time, I think it's still going to be goalless because they've sized themselves up already. And then if they are going to make changes in this first half of the extra time, then probably those players that will come in, they are the ones that will make the impact more, and probably the goals will come from them. But we know the Japanese team. This is their strength. When the game goes to extra time, they still have the strength. They still have the power in their legs to carry on, even for another 30 or 60 minutes. They can still do that. As well as the Croatians, they still have a lot of strength in their legs. So that's why I said this game is evenly balanced out. So let's see what the Japanese will bring here. Let's see whether the strength will be enough to carry them through rather than the experience of the Croatian boys.
Okay, all right. Let's get to the phone lines. Yes, we are going to get into extra time in a bit.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Yeah, good evening. Okay, this is Shagun.
Okay, Shagun.
Calling from Bagada.
Okay.
Well, first, I think the match is 1-1 now, right?
Yes, we're getting into extra time in a bit.
Okay, I was about saying that this is going to be the first game that will extend to extra time. And secondly, Double Doctor, is he there?
Yes, he is.
Okay, Double Doctor, good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, I like the way you analyze your games and all of that, because long time ago, I was fortunate to listen to Ernesto Coco of those days, and you reminded me of how he used to go about it, but the only difference is that you don't give out your space. I remember I gave that to Moka Repentant, South Defense, and all of that, so it was throwing more light and making it fun in those days. And I appreciate the fact that we still have someone like you around, the way you take us through and all of that. Then another thing, another thing about the Super Eagles, I heard somebody was talking about Super Eagles and all of that. See, for me, you can't give what you don't have. Yeah.
That's speaking Latin.
Yes. You don't give what you have. Yes, you don't give us that, because going back in those days, kind of player we produce in this country, There's nothing like politics. There is no tribalism. There is nothing like quota system and all of that. Everybody comes together as one.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I'll have to hold you there. Like I've said before, let's concentrate on this game. I know that our passion takes us back to Nigeria, but you see, this game has started. The extra time has started.
Yeah, sorry. One more thing, please, Double Doctor.
Yes, sir.
Maybe along the line, you can tell us the result of Tyson Fury and the Tyson Fury match that on the place.
Tyson Fury.
He trained, beat him.
No, wow.
I didn't.
They did not fight.
Okay.
That was some, it was not a bout.
It was not a fight.
Anyway, but let's move on. To the game. The extra time game has commenced. First 15 minutes has already commenced. So let's get to hear from you. Do you think it will go on this way for the next 15 minutes? The first half of the extra time. Do you think would like to hear from you, or do you think the goal will not come anytime soon, except in the second part of the extra time? Anyway, let us know your views. It's a tough one between these two sides. Let's hear your views about this game. Call us on 090-40,889, 090-41,889. Hello. Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, Inter Sports.
Good evening to you.
Good evening, Julius.
Good evening. You're welcome.
Yeah, man, good evening.
Good evening.
Double Doctor.
Good evening, sir.
My two and I'm very, very happy.
I greet you.
No.
I saw two and two leg. Where do you stand? How you take stand? Have you sit down?
No, to bring her down. You don't pass me or two and they will bring her down.
Right, well done. Thank you.
Maxwell on the line, the Barcelona person.
Welcome, Maxwell.
You see, I don't understand the coach. All their experience, the Japanese run into them. But this game, the coach is carried the day. But this game, you went like this 1-1 after the extra time. This game got to get to the penalty. It went like this.